There can be only one podcast and maybe the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks, I'm Matt, and this is a test. Yeah, it's a test. Wes is about to come over, but before I wanted to test this, hey, if this episode is good, then I'll air it. If not, then, I'll trash it. Because my wife's nephews were over here past couple of days, and even though I tell them repeatedly, do not touch what is on this table, they do it. They push every button, twist every knob, unscrew, just like animals, unscrewed, unplugged everything. And I've been working on the settings over and over again. I think I have it right, but I'm just going to go ahead and just record a whole episode just to see how it sounds. And again, if it sounds well, then I keep it. If not, I trash it. Aggravates me to no end. They come up here without chaperones. I'm still at work when they're here because they would never do this when I'm here. And they just mess it all up every time, twisting knobs and everything. And it's a lot to put up and take down and set up. And all I ask is they just do not touch it. So those warnings go unheeded. Ticks me off. All right, so what can I talk about today? Oh, I know. I was going to talk about, I'm an old man and I complain a lot about technology and what's this, and back in my day things were so much better in my day. I love this, I love that. I could go without the internet, I can go without my cell phone. I have gone for a while without realizing where my cell phone is. I remember one day, it was a Saturday, I was kind of moving around the house, did all the stuff, and then that night I think I was walking by the kitchen bar just cleaning, and I found my cell phone. I was like, oh, how did it get here? I'd put it there when I went to go get breakfast that morning. When I'd woken up, I brought my cell phone with me, put it on the counter, and then poured myself a bowl of cereal. I'd left it there all day, not realizing it wasn't in my pocket the whole time. Now, that's not to say, I don't like cell phones. Cell phones are fine. They're fine, no problem with it, but it's not like I have to have my phone with me at all times. So I'm constantly losing it. And I'm fine with the internet too, just life. I don't have to be constantly on the internet. The only thing I enjoy mainly is YouTube, actually, to be honest. I love YouTube. But you can get your news, you can get certain information on there too. There's a lot of good things about technology. In fact, I'll tell you the things I like the most. What do I like the most? Because I've thought about this, and I put this together because I thought about doing this for a potential podcast with me and Wes, and shoot, we may still do it if this doesn't work out, because the ratings, the readings here look normal, but who knows. Anyway, so I thought about doing this one, maybe bring this up with Wes, about talking about things we appreciate about today rather than how things were back in the day. And I'll just go ahead and give mine, and let's see if this works. I would say that I enjoy video editing. It's gotten a lot better. Of course, my skills are very rudimentary when it comes to that. But shoot, back in the day, all I had was my dad's VHS camcorder. You stuck a VHS in it, and you recorded. It looked like a news camera. And I was that guy back in the late 90s who just recorded everything. When I went to summer camp, I had it was a big old briefcase too. You'd unpop it out and then you'd carry it around. And I'd asked Dad if I could borrow it, and he said yes. Every year I could film, document, and I'm glad I did. I don't know where those DVDs are. I converted everything to DVD a long time ago. I really should find them. They're somewhere around here. During the move, I hope I didn't lose them. But, those are grand memories that I've kept and cherished and had a great time with, and need to get them uploaded to YouTube now that I think about it, just to kind of make sure I keep a digital or cloud copy or whatever they say these days. And, but back then, me editing was just me stopping and starting the recording. And I would do things like that to edit. One time, to get a cutaway, like I was looking at one camera and cut to another one, we rehearsed it where I'd start to turn, and that person would turn off the camera. And you had to time it just right, because they had to cut off the camera while I turned. Because, when you hit end record, it would record for like 2 more seconds. So I'd have them give me a signal that they were about to turn off the camera. I'd count to 2 and turn. And then, because I remember this exactly on the screen. Because I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then I turn and look, and the cut was just perfect. Because, as I said, action, they hit record. It takes a second before it records. So I pause a second and then continue to my turn like I was looking at the next camera. and I thought was so cool. And a lot of people were like, "Whoa, that's good editing, Matt." I didn't have an editing machine. There was no, if there was editors or whatever, like VHS. I know you had a dual VHS. You could record and stop things on to kind of cut your own VHS, and that was basically it. And you had to do that by watching a TV screen. Now it's done in computer. It's a lot simpler. I wish I knew a lot more. In fact, I'm kind of torn between two systems I use. I use one at work and I use my one here, and I'm not that good at either. And I want to be better at one, but I'm trying to learn both at the same time. I'd rather just have one. So I'm saving up. By the way, all my Amazon points, paying for thousands of dollars for this stupid AC unit, have been going toward a program that I have at work. And so I'm almost there. Actually, in one more month, I'll be pretty freaking close to getting it for free. But I do enjoy how video editing has kind of changed the landscape in a way. I mean, everyone makes fun of me because of my older videos. Obviously, I'm seeing turn off the camera because I didn't have anything. I didn't know of anything, and things were. I mean, you could get video editing equipment back then, but it was super expensive. Now you can get it for pretty cheap. So I don't know. That's just one thing I appreciate. Another thing I appreciate, and I was thinking about this the other day, was Amazon. Easy. Get everything through Amazon. We went to the Watermelon Festival here in Farmerville. And it's junk. It's junk. There's like 2 streets, and it's no one that we go every year, and nothing's there. Not even watermelons. And you just look at the junk people are trying to sling, and it's like a carnival. It's like a podunk carnival is what it is. And I hate going. And we only stay for. I mean, it takes us longer to get there. We spent an hour getting there, and we spent maybe 10 minutes walking down this 15 minutes. And then went back home. I mean, it's a total waste of time. It's a waste of time every year. I need to put a timer on this. Honestly, if we stayed longer than 20 minutes, I would be shocked. I don't think we did. The girls got some face paint because there was nothing else. And you look at everything, a lady selling doormats for $25. That had little sayings on them. She didn't make the doormat. She bought them, at wholesale probably, and we're just kind of pawning them off for $25. You could probably get the same doormat for $12 on Amazon with free shipping. I do this all the time. Now, I don't mind homegrown produce. Someone's making jams, jellies, honey. I'm a sucker for homemade honey. I like the hometown honey, so I'll probably spend money on that. Hometown, homegrown goods. I'm fine with that. But look, I have what's it called? A Cricut, or whatever they're called. I got my wife one, and I made little cups. Okay. It didn't cost you that much, but you're selling them for $25-$30, double what it cost you to make. Probably it cost them $10-$15 to make, but they're selling it for $35. No, I'm not going to buy one. Oh, look, it has Star Wars on it. That's cute. But you can do anything with a Cricut or whatever, And I mean, the tie-dye T-shirts they made by themselves or something. I mean, it doesn't seem like that it's worth the cost. They put little effort in. One guy had a fake plastic background of a hayfield, and a plastic. He wrapped something, a bench, in a hay bale paper or something, and he was charging. It was portraits, and basically he was just taking pictures on his cell phone, but he wanted to charge you $15 to take a picture on his little crappy little studio he set up. No one was going. I hope no one paid for it. $15? For what? It's just dumb. And then a lot of this stuff is just like carny stuff, like necklaces and all these earrings I made, and I put it together. Yeah, you spent 5 cents putting it together, and you're charging $15, or 2 for 10 each, or something, something stupid like that to get rid of more of your junk. And it's just people slinging junk. I'm into board games, and we did go to one farmer's market here in town, and they had miniatures. They obviously have access to a 3D machine. I highly doubt that this girl owns one. I bet her work owns one, and she works on the 3D machine, and in her spare time, she makes miniatures just for fun, on the company's expense. Because she's charging like $1 a miniature. I mean, shoot, it may cost her 50 cents, 25 cents to make. I don't know. But $1 a miniature sounds pretty good, especially if you're getting what you want. In fact, next time I see her, I'm going to see because she said she makes custom ones. I didn't think about it. Then when I left, I went, you know what? I got this game, Zombies, that, I've customized over the years, and I would like to customize it a little bit more. And now that I think about it, I wish I would have gone to the last farmer's market to go see if she was still there and see if I could order some custom minis, But other than that, though, I thought that was pretty neat. And she wasn't charging like $5 for a mini or whatnot, I thought the price was decent. I think she would give me, I think I could haggle the price too. I say, well, give you $7 for 10 or something like that. $10 for, 15 miniatures or something like that. I think she would have made a deal like that because I don't think she's paying for that much out of it. Probably getting it for free out of work, like I said. Either way, though, I think like this because it's cheaper on Amazon. It's cheaper on Amazon. I mean, the only other place I shop besides Amazon is eBay, and very sparingly now. If something's out of print, hard to get, you're probably going to get, you're not even going to get the best price on eBay, really. But there's no other place to find used stuff like that. So eBay is really super high too, so it's not really a good deal. But Amazon, you can shop everywhere and get anything at Amazon. Again, produce, food, I have to go to the grocery store too, and I prefer going there. I do not want to shop online for that. I don't want some other moron trying to get me a half-eaten onion and throw it in a bag. I want to pick out my own food, fruit, veggies, that. And then the 3 times I've used that order and pick up, oh my gosh, you order it, and it's available the next day. I got it, what was it, one morning? I said, you know what, let me order and I'll pick it up later on this afternoon. No. You pick it up the next day, middle of the day when I'm at work. And I was like, well, what's the point? I want it now. I can go get it right now. I get it. Some people are busy and maybe they can wait on it, but it's stupid. It's stupid. And then the 3 times I've ordered, twice they said, oh, your order's ready. And it wasn't ready. And then the other time was during they promised it would be ready. It was before a blizzard, and it got delayed to the next day. I was like, wait, the blizzard's coming the next day. And so I had to call the home site, not the local site. And I said, hey, they said it's the next day. Are you sure there's a snowstorm coming in? They said, oh, yes, sir. They'll have it for you. They're going to be open. Nope, they were closed. So I didn't get my order. And so I'm just done. I'm just done ordering it was Walmart, I think, 3 times. Like twice. The first time I remember I had the order and I kept going there and they kept saying it was ready and they said, oh, we don't see it. I said, well, it says ready. And I showed them the confirmation email and they said, oh, we still don't see it. I was just so dumb. And the third time I think they said, okay, we'll come back at 8:30 or 8 o'clock. So I did. They closed at 8:30 and I just sat there ringing the bell. They didn't show. So I just wasted time again. So, I'm just done doing that kind of stuff. But Amazon's changed the game, man. You can buy anything on Amazon with a touch of a button, look at it, probably get it at a better price too, and it's free shipping. I'm sorry, shop local. Well, you know what? Local needs to step up. There are certain things I would shop local honey, local produce, something like that. Yeah. I'm not going to do local trinkets. I'm not. And, like my local comic book store, I'd gladly support them if I got comic books. I would not go get them cheap online or whatnot. I would go through the comic book. So if it's something I'd really want and really enjoy, and I'll be honest, the customer service was there. I don't think it's there anymore. I just don't. Anyway, I don't know. Just complaining, I guess. See, that is a little old man complaining there, but, Amazon. Boy, I hope this works. I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of liking this podcast all of a sudden. I will be remiss if I have to delete it all. But the sound's coming in normal, it seems like. So here we go. The other one I'd written down that I really appreciate was music, streaming music. I hated CDs. I've always been outspoken against CDs, and I'm glad the CD era is over. In fact, once they moved away from tapes to CDs, I was begging for the next thing to come out. Because CDs I never liked. I like tapes better than CDs. Tapes were more durable. If a tape messed up, you could use the pencil method to get it back on track. Most times that would work. Whereas when a CD gets scratched, you're screwed. You're screwed. It's always skipping. There's nothing. I remember they bought that magic spray, or toothpaste. You rub toothpaste on it. No, that's for light scratches. But remember, your scratch comes from you dropping it or it getting, shoved somewhere or cracked or whatever. And then now it's totally ruined. And those things were not durable. You could throw a tape against the wall. If you don't throw it too high, you could drop it. Tapes are more durable than a CD. A CD, you drop it, everyone goes, eee, because you've chipped it and now it's done. It's done, And if you tossed a tape to someone and they didn't catch it laying on the floor, they could pick it up and put it in. Toss a CD to someone and they tried to catch it and it landed on the floor, it may break. I don't know. I just did not like CDs at all. Yes, quality sound and whatnot and everything. And I hated the big lugging the big CD case around. Hey, It's easier than, logging a whole bunch of tapes. I don't think I ever had a tape box before, a box of tapes. But then I wasn't driving back then. When I really started driving, I did have some tapes, but I think I just kept them in the car. But I didn't have the little tape box that a lot of people did. I did have the big, and I still have the big CD cases, and I should probably go back and get rid of all those. They're still in my old car. My old car still has a CD player. But I never really liked CDs, so when streaming came out, at first it was Napster, Kazaa, LimeWire, the place you could illegally download stuff, and what was it, Apple Music or whatever was on, iTunes or whatever. I loved it. I loved that because you could pick the songs you wanted together on one CD. You burn them on a CD, of course, and have your own mix CD. And I thought that was great, and I loved that because you could get the music you wanted. And then streaming came out. I was like, well, it costs too much. And then they were doing like that stuff like XM Radio, Sirius came out, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But then they're playing whatever music, and you got to listen to it. You still don't get to choose. And then suddenly, all these other streaming things came out where you get Pandora, and I can't think of the other ones besides Amazon Prime because I'm on Amazon Prime. But all these other ones came out, and you're like, hey, okay, now I get to pick my own music, what I want to play, when I want to play, what I want to save, what I want to get rid of, what I want to explore, because it gives you suggestions and stuff. And now music is perfect, man. I love streaming music. I love being able to play old songs I haven't heard of in years. The only thing that sucks, and the reason I keep my records around, I collect a lot of children's music through records. A lot of the Chipmunks albums do not get reprinted because, they're riffs of other songs. There's probably some copyright issues there. So I got a lot of Chipmunk albums on record. Of course, if anyone knows me, I love Christmas records. Christmas, having my Echo play Christmas music, nah, I don't really like that. Having, my Christmas records out and playing Christmas records, oh, love it. Love it. I really want to find a place that is, because I, like I said, my biggest regret for not getting these records, there were records like 10 cents each. And that's when I found, like, I don't know who I had, Bing Crosby, and I got the Nutcracker. I got, what's his name? I listen to it every year. It's one of my favorite albums now. And I should have just picked up the whole box marked Christmas and probably would have bought it for like $3. I should have just bought the whole entire Christmas album, Christmas section for 10 cents an album because I just like Christmas music better on records. Of course, I grew up. It's kind of, reckons back to my my childhood, and we used to play records all the time. And yes, we played records around Christmas, but a Christmas record just has that pop and hiss of the vinyl that I really truly love. No one else gets that, not even streaming. But I will say that now see, here I am thinking, the future and going back to the past now. But I will say that streaming music is amazing. It's excellent. I love that I can play whatever. You can make your own playlist there. I love that too. About to go on a trip, and I'm thinking, what do I want my ultimate playlist to be? I have a lot of things I love listening to that no one else does, and I'm going to just bring my cell phone and earbuds and plug them in, so while everyone else is listening to awful, repetitive children's music, like Wiggles and stuff like that. Oh, Wiggles I don't mind so much, but what's the other stuff? I can't remember the other stuff they listen to, but it gets bad after a while, and I have to plug in my own earbuds and listen to my own music. So I will be doing that, and I will be lovely and excitingly putting together my new playlist for the road. So I'll love that. There was one time while we went on a giant trip. I think my wife and I went to Disney World, and we listened to Weezer's entire because we were driving, and we listened to almost Weezer's entire discography. Now, I'll be honest, my wife was getting she liked the first few, and then she had never listened to the other albums, so she was getting kind of tired of Weezer after a while, but I was digging it. I love listening to their albums. But either way, though, listen to a little playlist of all the highlight songs I love. That's awesome, and that couldn't have been done back in the day. And I think music is really at its best right now because you can pick and choose what you want to listen to. And like I said, the suggestions, I listen to those every once in a while. There's been maybe one or two suggestions I've been like, yeah, that was spot on. There's a lot of them, that just don't jive with me. But the rest of them, I was like, yeah, those are pretty good suggestions there. So I like music streaming. Another thing I love, and I love that I've already mentioned this before, is YouTube. I think YouTube's amazing. I watch more YouTube than TV, than any streaming service. I have YouTube channels I always watch religiously. I'll randomly YouTube stuff and just watch that too. You know, the educational channels, you know, whatever, the Did You Know stuff, and of course Star Wars channels I'm subscribed to, board game channels I'm subscribed to, and I'll just watch anything. And I think it's so much fun. It just has so much, and again, it's kind of like music streaming. Anything you want, anytime, anywhere. I don't really watch any shows right now. Not really, besides the shows that are out there currently going on. I finished on my Survivors, and yeah, I'm waiting for a few, one in South Africa to wrap up so I can watch that one. But other than that, I don't know if I want to take on. I did say I was going to take on a new TV show. Now I don't know. I don't know. Do I really want to watch a TV show anymore? I'm just so used to YouTube now. And that's how I like it. I'm not for the TikTok videos of 10, 12-second videos. Those kind of annoy me. My nephews are big on them. My wife's big on them, and she'll watch them and repeat like 3 or 4 times after you hear the same stupid joke, or when your friends do this. And they're this giggling. When your friends do this. How many times are we going to listen to this? It's annoying the first time. I can't even see the video, and I can tell you it's annoying. So I'm not into that, but YouTube videos, not YouTube Shorts, unless it's one of the channels I'm interested in. I don't watch the shorts, but I watch YouTube. YouTube's great, and a lot of put things together. Oh my goodness, everything you can think of, someone has put. If you can name it exactly what it is, someone will show you how it's put together, because that's how they make a living, by showing you how to assemble things. And that's great. That is awesome, because I love because the instructions a lot of times suck. And so to have someone who's put one together and they kind of show you how to do it, a lot of times I just watch the video to see how it's done, or to see how to fix something, or the best way to clean something. YouTube's been like instructional for me, and I really love it. I really love YouTube. I think that's great. Something we didn't have back in the day that I got to admit, I wish we would have. Your own TV channel, your own things you want to do, you want to watch, when you want to watch them, pause it, whatever you want. Watch a lot of YouTube when I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, not dinner. I eat dinner with the kids, but lunch at work and then breakfast by myself. Yeah, definitely. So YouTube, I love you. And I wrote down a few other ones. I'm going to skip over these because I don't have much time. I know this one, though, I'm very thankful for, probably most out of anything else here. So, yeah, I'll talk about this one and then wrap it up. And pray that this works, because I really do like this podcast now. GPS. Wow. I hearken from a day when we used to buy road maps. And I had the big road atlas of America, big thick leather bound, wrap thing, looked like a treasure map. I threw all these away, I remember. I had maps of every city that was surrounding me, because I used to work for appraisers where I used to travel a lot to other cities. And I remember I'd go into the clerk of court's office or courthouse, and I'd ask for a map of the city. And they'd give you one, And some were better than others, but I always had to consult the map to see where to go. I said, there's McKinnon. I take a left on McKinnon. There's Jones Road. Okay, take a right there, and take another left on 2nd Street, and then another left on McGill. Okay, got it. I'm there. You had to memorize what you saw on the map. Or you'd have to I pulled over back in the day. Even at night, you pull over, turn on your light or your flashlight if you had one, and consult your map over on the side of the road. Like, where am I? This is I-10. This is the I-Route 10, so that's where I am. I'm somewhere in between here and there. Okay, I keep going straight till I hit this one. So I need to find this, I don't know how far it is away. It looks like it's half an inch away. The little scale, I don't, look at that, maybe 20 miles. I don't know what that is. Okay, we'll go. And you're trying to guess the whole time. And you're going through at night, so you're just looking for some other road that says this. And hopefully the signage is there. But that's all we had back then. And it's kind of wild to think, I maneuvered through several cities, several towns, and several back roads, country back roads, and didn't get that lost. I got a little bit lost here and there, but overall. And I remember when TomTom and Garvin came out, I was like, shut up. When someone showed me that, I knew where my next paycheck was going. I bought there was Magellan, Garmin, and TomTom. I want to say I bought a TomTom, and Pirates of the Caribbean had come out, and you could download, and TomTom was really smart. They did a promotion with Pirates of the Caribbean, and you could be the Black Pearl. Your car could be the Black Pearl, and that's what made me decide, I think, to get a TomTom. And TomTom's, updated regularly with new updates of roads and stuff. So you had to do this long update plugging into your desktop computer, back in the day. That seems pretty ancient there. But I love my little TomTom. And I had that up until my wife and I got married. When my wife and I, late 2009, 2010, I think I still carried it. Because back then, the Google Maps and stuff wasn't big on phones. And suddenly phones took over where Garmin, Magellan, and TomTom kind of, ran out. And I remember thinking, because I was getting the updates from TomTom, and they were taking so long. And then I found out that I got Google Maps on whatever Samsung I had at the time. I was like, oh, well, let me use this. And I started using that and never looked back. Eventually, my TomTom kept getting more and more outdated. It kept saying, you need updates. I was like, no, I need to throw you away because you're outdated technology. And then, boy, all of those things just kind of went the way of the buffalo immediately as phones took over. And so GPS on phones, finding where you're at, where to go, it's amazing. It's unthinkable. I would, again, you shift me back in time. I'm happy as a hog in mud, right, in the 80s. But one thing that would piss me off when you say, okay, Matt, we're going on a road trip. Oh, no. Road maps again. I don't want to deal with that. I want to just bring my cell phone with me. That wouldn't work at that time. But, I'd like to bring that technology with me and be able to tell, the living digital road map tells me where to go, where to turn, what to do, when traffic is bad and stuff like that. And maybe suggest alternate routes for me. That is the thing I want. That is the thing I love. That is probably the most out of everything I've mentioned, now that I think about it, everything I've mentioned, that's probably the most, like a few other things I have here, but I'm not really excited to talk about any of these other ones. So, obviously there's some medical things that have gotten a lot better now, reserving, things online is what I have here because that can be convenient, reserving times and stuff and going ahead and getting everything ready to go by the time you get there. I like that. Ordering food I had here, picking it up, that's really neat. I don't think Uber is a big one. Delivery has always existed, mainly for pizza, but then some other places would deliver too. And now that you have an app that you have to pay double the price to get your food delivered because you're freaking lazy. No, I have people who use Grubhub and stuff like that, Uber Eats, and I'm like, no, why waste your time? Why waste your time? Just drive there, you lazy person. But other than that, though, like I said, the app where I can order the food and get free food and get a little perk because I'm, cutting out the middleman, I guess. That stuff I love. I don't keep many apps. I download them and then delete them from my phone. I don't really use that many. I don't go out to eat, I guess, that much, I guess I should say. But, McDonald's, I'll have that app up because we'll get the girls chicken nuggets every once in a while. Taco Bell, I downloaded it, but I haven't used it at all, so I deleted it. I can't remember what else. Little Caesars, when I order a pizza from Little Caesar, I'll download the app and order it that way. But, that's a nice convenience that we didn't have back then. Used to, you could call ahead, order your pizza. But now every place has an app that may or may not give you rewards. Most of them do. And then after that, you can, order your food and then pick it up right there. That's very convenient. Skipping the line, anything that has convenience to it. So I know I'm an old man, sorry, and I complain a lot about how the world is now and the way things used to be were so much better. I do know that technology helps out, and I do realize there's a lot of great things out there that benefit us and that I would miss if I was to wake up one day and wake back up in my bed in 1986. There's a lot of things I wouldn't miss. I really don't think I'd miss the internet. I'd love to see, but I don't think I would. I don't think I'd miss the internet, and I don't think I definitely wouldn't miss a cell phone. Not that I don't appreciate both of those. I do, but these other things, I would probably miss. Like having to read instructions again on the map or how to assemble something. I'd probably die. Other than that, though, hey, this present life, it's good. So let me know in the chat, not in the chat, let me know in the comments below, sorry. What if, and you got to be 30 or older, I'm going to say. I don't want some little teenager saying, yeah, I think life's so much better from when I was a kid. Get out of here. What from your childhood, I mean, there's stuff that you love, but what do you love now that you would have hated, that you hated back then? What's better now? It's probably a lot. I mean, I hear a lot of old people say, oh, back in my day, we had this. Okay, but what's better now? Boy, we had to do this. Okay, yeah, good. I mean, maybe they do complain about life was so bad, now it's great. Maybe they do. But what technologies are you thankful for? I would kind of like to see what Wes says about this. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this with Wes if this doesn't make. But either way, it looks like it did, though. It looks like all the readings are normal. Boy, it would suck if I wasted 30 minutes. All right, folks. We'll find out soon. We'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.